Hi guys, we're back with the rest of Chapter 2 of the Borderline Personality Disorder Workbook, and I'm going to again just read through it as I do what I need to do and share with you what it says as I go. So, the last time we discussed how there are many different factors that can join together to contribute to getting BPD, and psychological and life experiences, genetics, all of the things. So now that you've identified some people with whom you may share a BPD-related genetic link, let's consider the psychological and social influences and early experiences that may have contributed to the development of your BPD. Make a check mark next to each item in the list below that seems relevant. And if I put a check mark there, I'm going to just do this. Okay? So this, yes. This, no. I experienced abuse or abandonment when I was younger. The abuse I experienced occurred more than 2 times and was severe. I was neglected as a child. I struggled as a child in school. The following people in my life were inconsistent and not dependable: my mom, my dad, my brother, my sisters, and basically all other adults in my life. Sometimes they were there for me, and sometimes they were not. Strangers were often around while I was growing up. When I had an emotional bond with someone, this person usually broke it and betrayed me. My parents or caregivers abused alcohol or drugs or both. I saw my parents or caregivers act aggressively towards others. My parents or caregivers acted aggressively towards me. Chaos and crises were common in my home growing up. When my home was calm, I felt bored, empty, and spiritless. When my home was calm, I felt anxious and afraid because something bad was right around the corner. I was left alone for hours or days at a time without supervision, protection, or companionship. My parent or caregiver was often out with boyfriends or girlfriends. My parent or caregiver often used alcohol or drugs or both around me. While growing up, I often felt like no one was paying attention to me and what I was doing. I was on my own. When I tried to break out of the family cycle, I was seen as a traitor. I learned from my family that I am loved when I am dependent on them, and I feel bad about myself. Love and respect in my house usually meant hurt, pain, neglect, emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, or a combination of these. At my lowest of low points, my family or caregiver showed me some form of love and concern, but only then. I learned that staying sick and broken meant that people would love me. From my family, I learned to be dishonest and devious because honesty always ended with me burned and hurt. Based on what you explored in this exercise, think about what percentage of your BPD is related to genetics and brain functioning versus psychological and social influences and early experiences. Write these percentages in the blank circles in Figure 2. They should add up to 100%. This is not a scientific formula, but rather a way to visualize what you learned from this chapter and this exercise.